start with this one. To Fnatic versus NRG. This will probably be closer. They're probably more evenly skilled teams. Fnatic's probably better right now, but I'm sure it was a close match.
Watch open. Where have you been? You've been missing out on some fantastic brutal.
That's just
my middle. ZP
team down for that.
Rats because they take
Fnatic and
You guys can talk forever.
Most dominant.
This is a short VOD.
a lot of
12
his glory
minutes.
days with Rogue as well. He is an absolute tremendous MVP.
Dorado will be
I'm assuming someone's gonna get full health, but we'll
This
explain
is
why
big
and what they.
things. It's been a map that has been one
Okay. Enigma's probably not gonna stay on the. What is going on? Why are they on these heroes? Is this a troll? This has to be a troll.
of NRG.
I don't like that. I wish this is alright. So this is something that I honestly just hate about this game is that it allows this. Like this is the most important part of the match. Casters have nothing to talk about. Players are on these like bullshit heroes. Let's go over the defense, I guess. Not running teleporter. They're running pretty standard comp though. McCree Reaper is very standard right now. They're not running Diva, which is surprising. They might be banking on a Diva coming in from NRG, in which case they have the Zarya, and Zarya is like very good against. Their comp has a lot of damage heroes and a lot of survivability from the Zarya, and if the Zarya gets good charge, then I want to know what energy is on, because there's no way that this
have been adding Dorado into the repertoire, but this is a good starting map for NRG. I would expect big things from them here. We'll see what they do. Right now, you can't really trust too much in their offense. They will be switching things up. But John, what are we seeing for this Fnatic defense?
Well, on the defense from Fnatic, Coolmat69 is going to be playing attack.
Enigma might stay. No, Enigma's going to switch to Zarya. Alright, this is going to be hard for him to do anything. My mic is cutting out. It's because I changed the, I'll turn off the filter. Okay, is this better? This should be better. I moved the mic up too. This offense that they're running, if this is legitimate, I think they're gonna have a really hard time pushing. The reason why they're gonna have a hard time pushing is because they're running double flank with Winston on this map. Like on a map like Hollywood where it's more open, this is better because you have more room to go. Like you have more options. But fighting around the fountain as Tracer is kind of difficult. Getting through the choke is really difficult. And the playing Winston into Reaper is very hard. It's going to be very hard for NRG to do anything with this offense, but let's see how it goes for them, I guess.
Reaper. As far as supports are concerned,
puppy.
Monophil and Costa will be on Lucio and Zenyatta respectively. In IDDQD.
Hang on. I'll go out with you in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, okay?
Looking at the offense coming up from NRG, Seagull will be taking
I
up
guess go
the
out.
Genji mantle. Pooks on the Lucio, Dummy on Zenyatta, God's going to be on Tracer, Milo on Winston.
So they're not even spamming from upper, which is bizarre to me. Most teams will hold where these two are, like up on this ledge. They're not though. I guess they want to preserve Stoop Shield because they don't really have anything that can do long range damage except for IDDQD, and IDDQD isn't worth the potential risk of like getting sniped. The risk of holding up here against this lineup is that they have 3 heroes that can dive you pretty quick. They have the Genji, the Winston, and then the Tracer can come in from behind with like Harmony and Discord Orb. So playing the choke is definitely more intelligent for them right now because it eliminates all of the risk that could come from these 3 heroes. The Winston, the Genji, and the Tracer.
And Enigma, the final piece here on the Zarya. So we'll see how this works out. Of course, Dorado, we talked
But they're getting a lot of free card time, which is fine because you're always going to get the card to this choke, like no matter what. This is where it's going to get difficult for them though because they don't have a shield.
NRG is a team that tends to take things a little bit slower, more methodical on their first attack.
And the monkey has to contest.
Maybe wait to get a big poke, but here they go. They do move in right away. Enigma saw something they liked. And moving in there with Milo.
Yeah, Winston there trying to sort of be the spear of the attack, and Seagull actually getting a lot of damage in the meantime.
Okay, I think that this was bad from NRG, and I'll show you why. It was a good idea, but this is like, why is he still here? I don't know why Seagull stays here. I think that this is a mistake. He's full health. He's at 40% ult. I understand that he doesn't want to die, but look at how deep his teammates are. Enigma's all the way up here with self bubble. Milo's in the choke. Gods is clearly distracting someone. He's fighting IDDQD. I think IDDQD gets the better of him here. He definitely probably got like headshot, and that's why he has no health. But if the Genji goes in right now, it'll get pressure off of the Monkey and the Zarya, and it'll... Gods is probably always going to die here, but you assume that IDDQD used Flashbang, so Seagull doesn't really have anything to be afraid of. The Zarya already used her bubbles, so I would say that him playing back and not committing with the team is a mistake. And well, like him, like he's just here, he's not doing anything. But like you see here, this is Gods that just disappeared. He just died like right in this position. If he had like gone in quicker, he could have definitely not saved him, but at least given them something else to shoot. Like, you have to commit with these fights because there's no backing out with this lineup. You have like the Monkey is already committed, the Zarya is already committed, and they have speed boost, they have Reaper, they have Reinhardt, and they have Zarya. There's no way for them to back out from here. Hooks can speed boost, but they're not gonna live. They don't have the right heroes to back out. Him backing out here is just not going to do anything, and he's just baiting the shit out of his team. Like, they survive somehow here. I think Milo goes over the right side of roof and survives by jumping out. But, I think that they should have committed a little bit harder, or just faster, because you can't be hesitant on offense. Now, I guess I'll talk to that point more, is that if they had gotten a pick on anyone, like they could have 5-manned the Zarya or the Zenyatta and gotten the pick, like one pick on the Zarya or the Zenyatta. The spawns on this map are so offense favored on this point that it would have been fine for them to have gotten one kill on a like high priority target and all died. And what I mean by that is like they could have all gone in and killed this Reinhardt and then died, right? They could have all died. They would have been at ult disadvantage, but they probably wouldn't have given them ult, like a full ult, because there's only one fight. It's hard to get ult from one fight, unless it's like really dragged out. If they had overcommitted on one hero, like just said, all right, we're killing this Reinhardt right now, they could have gone in, but they have so little damage on LG right now that it's hard for them to get kills. So I think that this lineup's going to struggle to like get anything done because it's all poke damage. Like, Tracer isn't going to be able to just run in. It's going to get destroyed by the McCree Reaper, the Genji 2, and the Winston. Like, they all tickle. I think a Lucio can out heal most of the damage on their team unless like the Zarya gets that.
Back, but here we go once more. You have Milo jumping right in, Enigma shielding him as they go in.
But now he commits, and he commits without his team. Milo's not here. Seagull's super out of position here, and it like fucks them on this push now because they don't have anything to follow up. If he had gone in with the Winston, it would have been better, or with Gods, because Gods is close to Sticky Bomb, but they scat, like they're way too scattered here. They're trying to do too much as individuals and not playing around each other.
Fire taking him out, and again,
like, and this, I don't know what Pooks' plan is here. Pooks is just not like, Pooks and Enigma are so boned right now because Seagull died, because there's no way for them to get out. Like, they don't. Pooks is in this house. He's the only way that Enigma survives right now, and he's not going to.
NRG in a similar situation where they're down a flanker early on.
Oh, you're right. Fnatic versus... I think I just keep saying the wrong. Oh, I switched. Oh, yeah, I know. I forgot to change the title. It's fine. It won't make a difference. You're right, though. It was... Yes, I'm MD. So, let's talk about this. And this is also... Like, I don't want to say that they're bad, but this is very bad play. Because Seagull was dead already, and they're popping Black Hole, but Seagull's dead. In an ideal world, you pop the Black Hole. The good thing for them is that they baited out Vonethil and Kusa's ult at the same time. That's the positive here. That's a misplay from Fnatic. They didn't need to do that. They could have popped one, not the other. They could have popped... They don't have anything to fight through Transcendence, right? On NRG. They have the only thing that can kill through Transcendence. Nothing can kill through Transcendence. Like a Discord plus a Dragon Blade, maybe we'll get one kill. But they don't have any burst. There's no McCree, High Noon. There's no Instagibbs on their team. This is a huge mistake from Fnatic. I think NRG made the bigger mistake though in dropping the Black Hole. Like, they're putting a lot of stake on this hero. To play Zarya on this map, you have to really make Zarya work. Otherwise, I think that the Zarya would have been better off being like a Reaper. Something that can do more damage. it's good for NRG right now that they force these 2 ults out from Fnatic, but Fnatic shouldn't have popped these ults. So it's a misplay from both teams, and I don't know how it ends up, but we'll find out, I guess. They forced 3 ults out right here. And that's a fat headshot by IDDQD, and that just slows down their push.
That was a great snapshot by IDDQD, but what happened there is that Vonathil had good heads-up play, saw what was going on, dropped the...
He threw the bomb on the black hole while Kusa had Zen ult rolling, so Vaughn dropped the beat. Oh, maybe you're right. They didn't need to drop both ults though. There was no risk of damage. There's nothing that could kill them in the, like, the high noon and the shield is actually enough to save them in that black hole unless something was in behind. They comboed the Tracer ult. Oh, did they? Oh, so yeah, then it's good that they popped Transcendent.
Sound barrier and stop the Pulse Bomb from doing what it was trying to do. And now, let's talk about ults here from going to the next fight. You take a look at NRG. Dummy has...
I didn't see the Pulse Bomb.
Seagull and Dragon Blade.
This is scary now from NRG because they can pop Transcendence. Ideally, they won't pop both. They'll just pop one. But Drop the Beat plus Dragon Blade is super strong. But on the flip side of that, they have Earthshatter from Stoop. And that's probably the best counter to Dragon Blade in the game right now. A lot of players, like in just pubs, think that Ana ult plus Genji ult is like a free win. But if you have a Reinhardt and you just hit Q, like you save your Reinhardt ult for the Genji, you'll kill the Genji every single time. So in an ideal world, that's the play from Stoop right now, is to get the Earthshatter on Seagull.
With only 2 minutes left in the game, this is very important that NRG wins this fight. Otherwise, they could be held. But here they go. Sound barrier is out and on the way. Seagull slicing and dicing, looking for anything right now. Gonna eat an Earthshatter instead. Ooh. Here comes Stoop. The hammer is real.
So like that was perfect, right? That was the best play that could have happened for Fnatic. They forced the they killed Kusa and IDQD, whatever. But that Earthshatter forces Dummy to pop Transcendence to save Seagull to make the Dragon Blade work. But they're in such a bad position now because Coolmat got his ult from this fight. And they're gonna have, now that they wasted Drop the Beat and Transcendence, they don't have an answer to Black Hole plus Reaper ult. You need to worry about, like, when you're playing the Genji and the Drop the Beat play, you have to know that Stoop has ult here. And you need to fight, you need to take a fight where you just try to kill Stoop. Because Stoop is the only thing you care about when you're making this push. The Black Hole can kind of bone you, but not as reliably as the Earthshatter. Especially since they have the bubble. They can bubble Seagull, which I guess they didn't have it for him there. Maybe he didn't need to get Earthshattered. But it looks like he gets... Like I'm watching Enigma here, he clearly didn't have vision on Brandon, or on Seagull rather. But this is a good scenario right now for NRG.
Seagull will take out IDDQD, but the Earthshatter stops the momentum there.
It definitely
keeps Fnatic.
But now, since they pop Transcendence to save Seagull, Coolmat just hits a black hole and that's all they need. Bloods didn't even need to pop Reaper ult yet.
Absolutely. Seagull basically having the time completely and utterly.
And that's just, that's all timing right there. Like this is all just, it's just a matter of timing. The fact that Enigma threw his black hole on nothing in the previous fight made it so that they didn't have an easy way to get kills with the Dragon Blade, which made Seagull have to like extend farther than he wanted to, which gave Stoop the opening to hit the Earthshatter. And then that gave enough time for Coolmat to get his ult up.
Yeah, absolutely. Seagull basically having the time completely and utterly tick down their buds, and Coolmat getting a kill.
Now they're both reset. They don't have their defensive ults. Neither team has their support ults. Hooks is empty, Dummy's empty, and Vonathil and Kusa are closer. And this is a really good position to be in if you're on defense. If you have defensive ult advantage or support ult advantage, it's very, very beneficial.
They will not have them on the next push, and this, make no mistake, this is their final good attack.
And I like this switch from IDDQD. I think he thought that he was going to lose the fight when he died before. He died as McCree, and he was like, I need to get back and fight before my team loses. So he switches to Tracer to get back faster, and they don't really have an answer to him. There's no McCree on this team. The only person that can deal with him is Zenyatta, but Tracer's also really good against Zenyatta. So there's no clear way for them to kill IDDQD, and all that matters on defense is living. Getting kills isn't the biggest deal, it's just not dying. You can't die on defense. If you die on defense, it's very easy for teams to roll you over if they're smart about it. The fact that they traded in that last fight was really beneficial for the defense because it meant that NRG couldn't push immediately, and it gave IDDQD time to get back. And I think Vonethil or Kusa, one of them died last fight.
They need
But
this to work out. But unlike the last push,
yeah, they don't have an answer to IDDQD now, so he can just be annoying up here, and they can't kill him.
Otherwise, they're looking at a first point hold here by Fnatic, so the stakes could not be higher on this push for NRG.
We haven't seen a first point hold, I believe, today right now, so
close.
we're looking to try and see.
So while they're pushing, Enigma and Gods kill 2 people. Interesting. The bad news for NRG right now, though, is that this drop the beat is going to be super uncontested. Lose who? You lose me? My stream die? Hello? You guys hear me? Hello, team?
See if this can happen here. Enigma going down.
What happened? Oh,
Can
we're
we have
good?
sound
Alright,
barrier?
good. So this sound barrier is huge. It was a good play from NRG to kill Kusa and Stoop, but they got the Vonethil ult faster. Since Vonethil had ult fast, he can now save Buds and Coolmat. And they're fighting without Enigma. So it's like kind of an even trade, but it's beneficial for Buds because now he's probably gonna hit Q right now and get a kill or 2.
Fnatic now. They want to get a couple more kills here.
He doesn't even have
Gods
to.
will go down. Basically, the DPS.
And this all comes down to defensive ults. If you can pop, if you don't have ults on, if you don't have support ults, it's very hard to win fights on offense. And if you have to use 2 at the same time and you don't force the enemy team to use theirs, you wind up in this position where you're just at constant ult disadvantage. Yeah. The fact that Vonethil got that ult saved this entire fight. IDDQD and Buds would have died, for sure, if he didn't have dropped the beat. But because he had dropped the beat, the whole game resets. And it's only because the Lucio ult. Like, that's all it took. It didn't take any other ults. No one else popped anything. Like, everyone still has their ults. One Lucio ult just won them the fight, and that's the importance of like the defensive support ults. Is you need them to win the game.
Where is Seagull? Somewhere in the back, but unfortunately not influential.
But NRG, I think NRG is being so stubborn, and I don't know why. Like, let's just take a second to look at these compositions. You're so reliant on the black hole plus the Dragon Blade. Or the black hole plus the sticky. You're so reliant on Enigma to come up huge. The issue is Kusa exists in this game, like he is a player in this game playing Zenyatta. So every time that Kusa has ult, they actually can't win a fight. Like, as long as Kusa doesn't get caught out of position, you can't kill anyone on their team through Kusa's ult. This comp is very good if you're trying to like bum rush the shit out of someone at the beginning of a game, but as it gets later into the map, like they're already 3 minutes in, like they're about to lose. This composition gets a lot weaker because they can deal with it so easily. Like, they have an answer to everything. A drop the beat plus a Dragon Blade will get countered by Stoop. A Monkey will get countered by Zenyatta and just a Reaper by himself. A Sticky Bomb will get countered by Coolmat. The Black Hole will get countered by the Drop the Beat or the Zenyatta ult. You need to win the first fight with a lineup like this. Like, this is a very all-in lineup. It's very deep. Like, what you would do with this lineup is you would run into them with like 6 heroes and say, we're just going to overload you with damage. We have a Genji, we have a Zarya, we have a Winston, we have a Tracer. We're going to get kills. But since they didn't do that at the beginning, this uphill battle is so hard to win. Because you're constantly going up or through a narrow choke, and you don't have a shield to be behind. They have a shield. And you don't have an answer to the Zenyatta. Gods has to kill Kusa, and Gods isn't just going to walk in and kill Kusa because he's got Coolmat's bubble, and he's got IDDQD protecting. So this is like a very hard situation for NRG to overcome. But it goes back to that initial fight that they took, like at 0-0, like the first fight of the game, on top of the fact that they haven't switched their heroes because they don't have an answer. They need a Reaper, right now. They've needed a Reaper the entire game, and they need a Reaper because Reaper is the only thing that can kill a Zarya quickly and the Reinhardt quickly. They're putting way too much, like, Gods needs to get like a crazy he has to get so much work done for them to win, and it's not going to happen because they're smart about it. Like, they know that. IDQD is literally just sitting here, and the second that Gods comes through the choke or anyone comes through the choke, they're just going to die. Not running McCree against IDQD is a mistake because they don't have an answer to him, and they don't have an answer to Coolmat. Coolmat hasn't, I don't think Coolmat's died this entire game. And it makes sense that he hasn't because it's so hard to kill him. Like, he's a Zarya.
And Death Blossom and Earthshatter, but here we go. They are going to leap in. Likely the final engagement. IDDQD with the Pulse Bomb does not connect, but Buds takes out Pooks in the back. Seagull on the Buds. Still has not unsheathed the Dragon Blade. Going to have to do it soon. 2 kills here for NRG, so it's not the worst, but a big Earthshatter by...
This is really good. It works out, I guess, for them. The thing is that they don't have an answer for this Earthshatter. I'm assuming Seagull's gonna hit Q right now, or Gods will hit Q and get kills.
They don't have the fall through though. Here comes the Graviton. God's able to take out Vonithil, and slowly but surely
This was a really awkward fight again because they didn't combo the black hole with the Genji ult. They need to be more proactive about this. And they can't be, right? Like, they really can't be, because if they go in with the Genji ult, Kusa hits Q, they have to bait out the Zenyatta ult first and then hit the Dragon Blade. But now it's so late, like, there's no time.
Starting to make inroads here, but it's not enough as IDDQD and Stoop are able to fight right back. It's very close, but NRG is not in a good spot right now.
Stoop mainly just bought time there with the Earthshatter. Like you said, the follow-up was
IDDQD just needs to live.
4v5 at the moment. The only ultimate available now is
Coolmat's black hole.
And so close there to the end. He's trying to kill it all by himself. He's putting the team on his back to see if he can actually get enough DPS to finish off NRG here. Still in overtime.
I'll talk about that in a second.
For NRG, that's going to give them a lot of stamina, and Coolmat getting stuck out in the open.
Coolmat was stuck out, but IDDQD got to the backline, blew up Pooks. Bud's now back in the fight, now on a double kill. Took out both Gods and Milo. Bud's looking to be the hero that Fnatic needs. Stoop with the fall through onto Enigma, and that's going to be...
Coolmat still hasn't died this entire game, mind you. He has not died. His black hole wasn't even good. Like, you could argue that his black hole was not even, like, worth using there, because I don't think he needed to use it. He could have waited, like, half a second and waited for his team and gotten a 3-man black hole in the back of the cart. But they don't have any way to kill him. And if he doesn't die, the cart's not going to cap. Like, you need everyone to die. So once they all trickled in, they had no way. They still don't. They can't kill Coolmat. And if Coolmat isn't, like, Enigma switches to Reaper there, if he had done that 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, this would be a completely different game. Because what you can do is you can pop Transcendence or something, or drop the beat, and you can speed boost your Lucio with your Reaper, and you can kill Coolmat. Coolmat has not died. And it's a comp thing. It has nothing to do with anyone playing bad. No one, like, was out of position. It's just there's no way for them to kill him because their heroes don't do the damage required to burst him down. So as long as he's near a health pack or, like, positioning himself well enough that his healers can keep him alive, he's not going to die. And I'm assuming that this next part of the VOD is going to be a very quick roll. Buds. Here's round 1 complete. Thoughts on what NRG's problem is? Well, yesterday when I watched them, it was their ults are poorly timed. But I think it's a composition thing. It's just like understanding their win condition. You can't... Enigma threw the black hole out last fight or whatever to get kills, but Seagull was dead. You need to save the black hole for an opportune moment to get kills with it. Because it's not easy to build black hole against these heroes, mind you. Ideally, you want to run Zarya if there's like a Junkrat or a Symmetra. Like, Zarya is really good against Junkrat Symmetra because you can eat the pipes from the ground. Like, you can walk on rollers and get charged. You can stand in the Symmetra beach balls and just take a ton of damage and get your damage up. But running it into heroes that can easily stop themselves from shooting isn't ideal. So Enigma didn't get that many ults off. I think in the 3 or 4 minutes, he only got 2 ults. which is about the same as Coolmat, but Coolmat's on defense, so he doesn't need, and they don't need the black hole to win the fight. And the reason why they don't need the black hole to win the fight is because they can win with Earth Shatter. There's no answer to Earth Shatter on NRG. Like, they had the bubble from Zarya, that's it. That's the only thing that's going to stop it. But Milo bubble is just going to die, right? Once Milo bubble is down, Dupe can Earth Shatter whatever he wants on the map and it's stunned. And that's good enough for them to win a fight. I think it's just them trying too hard to force these heroes. Like, Seagull could have probably played Reaper and it would have done a lot more work. Milo could have definitely played Reinhardt. Gods could have even played McCree, or he could have even stayed Tracer and just been annoying. But this lineup that they had with the Zarya instead of the Reaper is super all-in. And your Tracer, your Winston, and your Genji have to kill everything at the same time. Like, they all have to jump in on someone and kill it. And then find another target and kill it. And just keep doing that over and over, and that's how you win. But you have to do it in the first fight. You can't lose a fight with this lineup and win. It's way too hard. Like, it's super hard. Because you lose that first fight, and Kusa gets ult. And once Kusa has ult, they can't kill anything. They have no way to kill anything. All of their damage is coming from sticky bombs and dragon blades. That's it. That's all they have. That's all of their damage. So anytime that Coolmat has a bubble up, Gods isn't getting a kill with a sticky bomb. And anytime that they have Zenyatta ult up, Seagull's not getting a kill with Dragon Blade. So they're kind of boning themselves with their lineup more than anything else. They're not like getting out skilled or outplayed. It's just they are literally incapable of winning the fight. And that's pretty much it.
Wow. For Fnatic here.
Like, the casters are hyping like all these really good plays, but you need to realize that if you're gonna run Zarya Genji, you have to go in. Like, you have to commit. That Genji needs to die and like take someone down with him, because if you can get good trades at the beginning of a map in general, like if you can go in with your whole team and get a kill, right? Like on Hollywood, or on Hollywood's probably the worst example, but on King's Row or on this map specifically, because of how far away the defensive spawn is, if you can get an initial kill, like 1 kill or 2 kills and trade, or just wipe your entire team, you can get back to the fight before the enemy team gets out of their spawn. So going half-assed at the beginning is bad. You know? You don't want to like drop 2 people and then get back with 2 people or something. Like, it's not going to work, because the players that died are just wasting time, and the players that are still alive can't fight because they're down 2 players, and the players that are dead are waiting to respawn. So the defense has all this time to like reset, heal up, get like situated, and do spam damage on those heroes that are not dead but can't fight back. And it just gives the defense way too much of a like
again, if you want to
advantage.
talk about the push where they had 3 ultimates up, stop them in their, it still wasn't decisive enough to where it
Could end up in the chatization, and why teams in the now the dream is alive.
it would be incredibly, I mean, it's not impossible.
Okay, so now they're on defense with a Genji. This is going to be so hard to run. Like, this is very hard to run. The reason why it's hard to run is because you don't, like, there's no time, there's no, like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no situation right now where you don't want a diva, really, or a Zarya, or a, I guess they have Reaper. I'm not sure that it matters what he plays actually here. He's going very all in on the Genji, but I don't think Fnatic will be stubborn in their hero picks. I don't like the Genji on defense. I've seen teams do it well. If you're like a godlike Genji, you can do it. And he's pretty good. He's really good at Genji. He's just not playing, like, they're just not playing as a unit.
This is arguably their best map by a lot of
like, Seagull's probably a top 5 Genji or whatever in NA, but he's not, they're not playing together well enough. They're not, They're not like
I'd
being
say about the
selfless when they
upcoming
play.
maps that are on the way,
When you look at the
it certainly
camera,
would be
you
a big
look
blow
into
to
my
the
soul.
confidence of NRG in the series going forward.
No, spoiler alert, I reckon Ilios will end very quickly.
Faster.
That has been Lucio, Buds on a defensive Genji, Custa on Zenyatta.
I don't know why they're doing this. They're like jumping around and shit. Super afraid to defend.
Sorry,
Interesting to me that they're not just holding the choke.
On the Zenyatta, Stoop on Winston, and IDDQD going to be on Tracer, so they're going
But
for a double
let's see
flanker
what
offense right now, John.
All right, well, let's
They're
see
super
if they
defensive
are
right now, and
able
it's
to,
bad.
Use the flank to their advantage, or if they're going to end up falling flat in their face. Their Buds giving a couple of shurikens.
Like, look how far back Milo is right now. He's not blocking anything, really. This is just very awkward to me.
Just to let NRG know that he is there. Nothing terribly out of the ordinary so far. Discord Orb, though, can make Bud's life very, very difficult indeed. And IDDQD now looking for...
Like, look at all this room that they have. Gods is literally waiting for a Genji or something. Like, he's just gonna sit there. But he's not even gonna get the kill, because if the Genji comes over the wall and sees him, he's just not gonna fight him. So it's not, he's not even really denying anything. He's not hiding, he's just there. Is Buds not great? Buds is good. I haven't watched Buds enough to know like how good he is, but their Fnatic's winning. Like, they're doing well, so I'm assuming that he's good.
And Fnatic, they're taking their time. They know that they're not under much pressure, so they're just looking for that one perfect fight as IDDQD right now.
But look at this. Look at how deep IDDQD could get in, because Gods is literally fucking staring at a wall. Like, Gods is not... This is just not ideal. The Genji behind you can deal with. The Tracer in is very hard to deal with. They just let this Tracer walk in for free. The Tracer had no contention. The Tracer literally has this entire area of the map and the health pack behind him on the left. The only way he dies is if Gods gets like a roll into a flashbang or something. Because Gods is so not fighting him right now that
For weakness, just trading up poke.
it's impossible for them to do
Now
anything.
able to poke and prod in, and this could be the lever that prizes
They gave them so much room
open.
here.
NRG, two
Like,
people
so
going
much
down
room
very
for
early
free.
there. IDDQD and Coolmad
Like, they can't
getting
be
a kill.
surprised that they
Now
just
he
lost
gets on the
this.
board with a second spot to the Discord up on the Reinhardt, trying
It's
to get
bizarre to
the
me.
line, unable
Like,
to do
watching
so at
this
the
is
moment,
bizarre
but it
to me.
doesn't matter. Milo is surrounded in all directions, and this is going
IDDQD's got some really good
very
aim,
quick
but that was
indeed.
just a positioning area. Like,
NRG.
if you have to full hold, first of all, I don't know if NRG had just given up mentally. They were just like, fuck it, we can't win this. But if you have to full hold, I would have even liked to see Seagull on a fucking Symmetra. Like, run a Symmetra here and just try to hold. Like, you have to hold them. They can't cap or you lose. But instead they tried this bizarro strategy with like a Genji Reaper. They have no Zarya bubble to save anybody. Like, it's very hard to run.
G just completely taken out in that last fight, and it's going to be a smooth ride.
Like, that was it. That's all it took, is that. I don't know, that's like all there is to it. You can't dedicate an entire... If they had a Symmetra, they could have just put a Symmetra turret here, right? And it could just fall when the Genji triggers it. But how afraid are you of a Genji from behind? You have a Zenyatta in the back. You have a McCree to deal with it. You have a Lucio to deal with it. You have all these heroes that can just dumpster a Genji. Your Genji can kill their Genji if he comes in by himself. But God's not watching the choke allowed IDDQD to get in. And once IDDQD gets in for free with full health and all of his blinks up, he's so hard to kill. And I mean, that's literally all it took. I'll upload this to YouTube. If you have any questions, like, ask me right now, because I'm going to stop streaming. I'll try to do this more often, probably at the end of my streams, because sometimes I tilt way too hard when I'm queuing. And I'm like, fuck it, just do something else. So this is nice to have something else to do. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, if you have any comments, and if you have. Otherwise, I'm going to kill the stream right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll post this on YouTube and then probably throw it on like Reddit or something. But yeah. Thanks, guys.